Hey guys, I'm Haley, and I've been working with Tommy for about 2.5 months now, so since November. I tore my ACL playing Gaelic football in April of 2022 and got surgery in May. I promptly started PT, where I actually ended up doing pretty well. My flexion, extension, pain, and swelling were managed pretty well through that program, and I was cleared to run in about 3 months. At around 4 months, I met with my surgeon and he said, "All right, you're good. You're done with physical therapy, and I'll see you again at about 9 months post-op. At that point, leading up to then, you'll be able to start playing sports. And do you have any questions?" And so I was just like, well, okay, this is kind of a surprise to me. I'm not really prepared for this. What is the plan? How do I get myself to being able to play sports? Because while I felt pretty good at the time, I didn't feel like I was quite ready to actually play sports. And I could see the gap between then and there. So he recommended doing squats and lunges. And while I was able to do a mediocre squat, I just could not do a lunge. And so when I got home after a little bit of panicking, I went and sat down to trusty Google and found a bunch of PDFs of different protocols that people had put up online. And I kind of just tried to synthesize them and try to find the consistent themes throughout them. But the biggest theme that I saw was the importance of strength testing and knowing how strong the person is to move them forward to the next phase of rehab. So I hadn't really done any strength testing. My physical therapist had told me not to do any knee extensions, and while we had done some strength-related training, I didn't have any quantitative measures to know where I was at all in that stage. And so I ended up turning primarily to return to run programs because that was the one thing I felt like I knew what I could do. So I was running and I was reading these PDFs, and I ended up finding out online that there were such a thing as these online ACL specialists like Tommy. And so I was like, well, I have no plan. I don't really have any idea of what I'm going to do. So I might as well reach out. I was a little bit nervous at first by the concept of an online ACL specialist, but then I thought about it some more and I was like, well, I've been doing work online for the last couple of years. I did school online with the pandemic. So how is this any different? And meeting with Tommy really, really helped me build my confidence there. We really just talked about where I was, what my struggles were, and what were my goals. And so he explained to me his slingshot method. So we decided to have me stop running and instead really focus on building up that essentially the base level of strength so that I could progress to jumping and then running and then returning to sport. While I've been working with Tommy, I've been able to make really great improvements just in my strength in general. One example is with my lateral step downs. Essentially, I've been able to go from not being able to hold my weight on my leg at all, essentially, to being able to comfortably do so down to 6 inches with good form. And my ability to take on stairs has improved drastically. All but the steepest of stairs now bow before me because I can actually go down them comfortably. In addition, I've really been able to make strides with my strength using the machines, and I have a strength test tomorrow actually to see where I am, but I have in that time frame gone from very essentially no strength to, I think, hopefully, knock on wood tomorrow, at least 80% strength in both legs, or between my surgical and non-surgical. One thing I'd like to just point out that Tommy did that really helped me was I was sick in the middle of December, and Tommy helped me change my schedule and my program so that I could have rest days when I needed them, and then also when I had to isolate in my house, come up with a couple of exercises that I could do to continue the habit of building that strength from my own house. Now I am really just excited to continue working with Tommy, and I would recommend it to anybody who's really just feeling lost and looking for a plan. I think strength is a huge part that is really important to getting better, and so if you're looking to build that strength, definitely reach out to Tommy.